All right, I'm recording. Welcome to Cali Claptrap. Today I have on Tim Shermer. Welcome to Cali Claptrap, Tim.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, why don't you tell? So, what I'm hoping for this segment with Tim, I met Tim on Twitter. Big music fan. We seem to be in some of the similar music. And what I really like about music is that, especially learning from other people, what they're into, just sort of hearing new sounds. So I think it's fun just to maybe record something and see what you have, and we can talk just about music because both of us really enjoy music. Tim, can you tell our listeners a little bit just about you?
I'm a 20-year-old journalism student at Temple in Philly. I'm just a big music person. Always have been. Like to play music, like to listen to music. And yeah, I've met a lot of people through Twitter and just the whole music community through Twitter. It's a really neat thing. You can find people that are into the most obscure stuff that you're also into. It's really cool.
Awesome. So Tim and I put together a playlist, and we could definitely share that in the description when we share the podcast and stuff. If anyone wanted to follow the playlist, so I figured we'll just kind of go through the playlist and maybe talk a little bit about it and kind of go from there.
All right.
So Tim, if you got the controls there.
Okay, yeah. So you want to just go through the whole thing here?
Yeah.
All right.
Mastered economics cause you took yourself from squalor. Slave. Mastered academics cause your grace said you a scholar. Slave. Mastered Instagram cause you can instigate a follow. Shit. Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar. Get it? Yeah.
Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar.
Get it?
Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar.
Get it?
Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar.
Get it?
Look at all these slave masters. Hey. Been it time, I'm on mine, I be minding mine. Every time on my grind, I'm just trying to shine. Make $1, government, they want a dozen dimes. The petty kind might kill you cause they see you shine. I done had to have a talk with myself plenty times. Am I a hypocrite cause I know I did plenty crime. I get broke too many times, I might slang some iron. You believe corporations running marijuana, ooh, and your country getting ran by a casino owner, ooh, pedophile sponsor all these fucking racist bastards.
All right. So you like the new Run the Jewels album?
So I loved it, and that was actually one of my favorites on there. I think that was your pick for the playlist, but that was one of my favorite tracks on there. They had the Zach De La Rocha feature, which was pretty awesome to see. That's a real awesome collaboration. I honestly have not really found myself coming back to it in the last month or so, but when it first came out, it was top of the rotation, is extremely topical for the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah.
I guess you have to expect that from the boys over at Run the Jewels, but yeah.
Definitely politically relevant for today's day and age. Killer Mike has a lot of stuff going on politically, and obviously Zach De La Rocha with Rage Against the Machine. I just found the whole combination, the songs, slave owners on the dollar or whatever, and I just think I think it's a banger and pretty fun to listen to. And yeah, I mean, even with everything, you got to give it a little bit of a rest, come back to it, and hopefully it's still fresh. And I definitely think the new albums definitely one of my favorite albums of the year. I'm not sure if it's their best they've ever done, but
I don't think so. I don't think so either. I think that's gotta be 3 for me by quite a bit. But yeah.
What's your top Run the Jewels then?
I would say Run the Jewels 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think two's my favorite. Awesome.
Oh, you want me to? Yeah, let me keep going down this, I guess. So
you could improvise too, though.
What's up?
Who is this we're listening to?
Okay, this is so this next one is it's a British band called Squid. I want to say they've been doing it for like maybe 4 or 5 years now, relatively new. This I can't remember how I came across this. I want to say a friend just sent it to me because I've never seen them live or anything, or I don't know. It's off of an EP called Town Center. It's called The Cleaner. It's just a really, really interesting kind of mix of influences that converge on this 4-song EP. Yeah, it's 4 songs. It's like 25 minutes long, and there's a lot of like free jazz, as well as like dance and punk influences. It's really cool.
It's like a
And
6 minute song, and I thought sort of midway is when it really started. I thought the intro was kind of slow, but at sort of midway, it definitely kind of got its own little vibe, little unique thing. But yeah, go ahead and play.
Yeah.
I want to play that.
Yeah, it's very like LCD Sound System at times. I really hear that influence a little bit. Yeah, let me play it.
To me, that sounds like Talking Heads.
What's up?
To me, that sounds like Talking Heads.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, it's okay. I said to me that sounds like Talking Heads a little talking.
Yeah, talking and I think there's a direct line that you can draw from what Talking Heads were doing to LCD Sound System and then to bands like this. I think there's a lot of just like the vocal style and the just the the influences from from like a lot of like even like Eastern music, but also just like just the rock canon as well. But yeah, I agree with that comparison for sure. That's kind of the gist of that one. I and all 4 songs on here really have their own personality, which is cool.
You just for the listener, you fast forwarded that for about the 4-minute mark in the middle there. I definitely hear the LCD Sound System, the singer.
At that part especially, yeah.
First time, but yeah, he definitely sounds like even the singer.
Yeah.
I love the rhythm on that one. That's a good one for sure.
Yeah, it's infectious. So yeah.
So the next one we have is a cover of a Radiohead song called Weird Fishes. And that's off of In Rainbows, I believe.
That's correct. It's the first track, right?
No, I think it's midway.
Second? Okay, all right. It's definitely side A. Okay, yeah.
And Lilia La Havas. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her. It's the first time, new artist. I've never heard her. And
yeah, I've actually never heard this cover before you put it on here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's got its own little unique little jazz. Not sure jazz is the right word, but just sort of a slower, toned down, very soulful version of it. So let's go ahead and play that for a little bit.
bottom of the sea. Your eyes, they turn me. Why should I stay here? Why should I stay?
Yeah. Just so I know too, Tim, are you seeing the chat as I do that?
I'm just seeing it right now, actually. Yeah.
The Weird Fishes, it wasn't my favorite track on In Rainbows. Definitely, I mean, that whole album I really love. I think it continues their experimental kind of music and stuff. But yeah, this version I heard, and I listened to a lot of her other stuff. I think she's really good. And I thought, yeah, whatever was the inspiration behind that take on it, I thought was, pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll have to take a deeper dive into her catalog because yeah, I mean I do really like the vibe on that, and clearly if she's felt moved enough to cover such a good song, that there's got to be, the influences have got to be there. So
All right, so what's this next one you got?
so this is Indigo D'Souza. She's she's from, I want to say, Asheville, North Carolina. She's got, this is off of her only full length album. It's called I Love My Mom. The song is called Take Off Your Pants. This is one of my, it's just like such a solid indie song. Just like, it's just like one of those that it's just going to be so, what's the word here? You know what? I'm just going to play it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just I really like it. It's a nice feel good track. It's I'm sure it's relatable for so many people. Yeah.
Is that what year did that come out? Is that this year or
It's recent. Let's see, 2018.
2018?
Yeah, and I really like this whole record. I mean, I think that this might be kind of the biggest song off of it. That kind of got the most like college radio airplay and all of that. But it's pretty solid all around. It's definitely multi-dimensional. None of the other songs sound quite like that one. So if you haven't heard anything else off of it, I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, another song with a great beat.
Definitely.
So this next one was one of the bands I haven't seen yet, but was set to see them in August of this year. COVID canceled that. Vampire Weekend, Father of the Bride, Harmony Hall. This one I put on the playlist. I was just sort of going to work the other day, and I think the upbeatness of it is it's uplifting. I was watching Ted Lasso the other day. They actually have it on the end of one of the episodes. I'm not sure it quite fit the episode and what was going on, but I thought it was be a fun share.
Yeah, I'm not even a huge Vampire Weekend guy, but this album really did it for me.
Okay.
Compared to all the other stuff, and yeah, I agree with everything you said about this track. It's
so
great.
You didn't like their last album?
What's that?
You didn't like their last album?
His most recent one, I did really like.
But the one before?
Before that, yeah, I wasn't huge on it. I'm not huge on Modern Vampires of the City or any of that. It's just like
Okay.
I'll listen to it once and then I'll forget about it for a year and be totally fine with that. But I did really like Father of the Bride. Yeah.
Awesome.
We took a vow in summertime, now we find ourselves in late December. I believe that New Year's Eve will be the perfect time for their great surrender, but they don't remember. Anger wants a voice, voices want to sing, sinners harmonize till they can't hear anything. Thought that I was free from all that questioning, but every time a problem ends, another one begins, and the stone walls of harmony all bear witness. Anybody with a word in mind can never forgive the sight of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't want to live like this, but I don't want to die.
Just wanted to get to that part. But yeah.
So what I find really cool about that album is Daniel Haim is on tons of songs on that album. I'm not sure if they're an item but were you aware of that?
Yeah, I think it's attributed on Spotify if you look at it. Yeah, they got it right there. I think it's three of the tracks. Yeah.
And then, I think she's even on more on the, if you look more on like Wikipedia, I think she's maybe not like.
Okay, gotcha.
But it'd be interesting to know sort of the background there.
Yeah, it definitely works as a collaboration for sure. And there's Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy plays on a couple of the tracks on there as well, which is pretty cool.
And where's he from?
If you know the group The Internet, he did a lot with them. He's got a solo rap song, Dark Red, that was really big. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Let me get his real quick. Yeah, Dark Red. Okay, yeah, he's just got this one solo album called Apollo 21 that came out last year. But anyway, I thought that was cool that he was on that record as well. And I thought it was probably a shade too long. Probably it could have been like 14 or 15 tracks, but overall, Father of the Bride, I really did dig it.
Awesome. So
All right.
Sun Ra. I know he has quite the place in musical history, and you probably know a little bit more about Sun Ra than I do.
Probably a little bit, but he's a very, very elusive figure in music history. Not only in time, but also in space, and not only here, but in the past and in the future. It's this is a version of Space is the Place on this recording is called In Some Far Place. It's a show in Rome in 1977. With the orchestra, and it's really interesting because the group known as the Sun Ra Orchestra still performs, even though he's been dead for decades, I want to say at this point. But there's like the dude Marshall Allen who fronts the group now is like 95 years old, and they're like still gigging, which is just insane. But here's this, and I mean, relative to the rest of the discography, I would say this one isn't really that out there.
Yeah.
For all of you normies listening, it's you won't die. Let me find some straightforward jazz piano in there, pretty killing stuff. That whole recording is like 2 hours and something long, but it's well worth the listen.
Very cool. I thought so. Thurston Moore, I think, came out with a new album. I believe it was this year.
Yeah, this is very recent, I think.
By the Fire, ex Sonic Youth singer guitarist. So this song just kind of reminded me of, I've listened to some of his newer stuff, and I mean, definitely continues, I think, some of the Sonic Youth vibe, but I definitely thought this one had a little bit of that, I don't know, what, spaced out, drawn out, kind of just explore with no real kind of direction. And I thought maybe just kind of play it about, toward the very end, about a minute in. And
yeah, I was going to ask you, since it's kind of long, if there's a place you wanted me to.
The 12-minute mark or something, just to get an idea of.
Gotcha.
Kind of a little bit on that Sun Ra vibe.
He's really leaning into the whole ambient thing these days, and it's cool. If you're in the mood for it, it's cool.
I definitely know for some people that would drive them up the wall, but I know for me it kind of flashback back to when Sonic Youth was still going and stuff.
Yeah. I was snooping around on his artist profile on Spotify, and I thought I remembered this correctly. He came out with a record, the one before this one. It's called Spirit Council, and it is like the extreme version of this one that just came out. It's 3 tracks, 148 minutes long, and it's just like, I remember listening. I put it on once, like as I was going to bed or something, and it was just like complete, just like drone noise for a lot of it. And it's like, yeah, it's, if you're into that sort of thing, it's the kind of thing you'll maybe listen to a couple times in your life, because it's just it's it's not the kind of thing that just you keep coming back to, but it's, yeah, you can definitely, it can be appreciated.
All right, what's up next?
All right, so up next, I've got a track off of this is probably the newest song on here. It's off of the new Adrienne Lenker. She came out with these 2 albums simultaneously. For the unacquainted, maybe you know the band Big Thief. That she's a singer, writer. They've come out with 4 or 5 excellent records in the last few years. Very prolific, and so these two albums. One of them is a more straightforward. I think there's 10 or 11 songs on it. And the other one is an instrumental. It's like two kind of longer instrumental compositions for acoustic guitar and wind chimes and some other stuff. It's almost in the same vein as that there's some more stuff, not quite, but as far as like being kind of ambient and not really going in any particular direction. But this is off of the album called Songs. It's called Zombie Girl.
All right.
What a dream that was. I almost couldn't wake because I was frozen in bed with a zombie girl. They
really pretty. I like. It's a little different from Big Thief. It's the melodic devices are pretty similar, but it's just a little bit more stripped down. And I really enjoyed this one thoroughly.
Yeah, you can listen to her voice, I think, all night. Have
Yep. Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
We got Porridge Radio. I know. Did you ever hear back from them? I know we were
Oh, I
trying to
know.
maybe.
We were just talking about maybe contacting artists, and I had not heard of this band, and that I still haven't contacted them. No, but I did dig this song a lot.
Yeah, yeah. This is. I think they're out of the UK somewhere. I want to say like Manchester. I'm pulling that out of my ass. Maybe Manchester. This record came out in like January or February of this year, I think. It's called Give Take.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Don't you know what I've been waiting for? One, two, three, four. Don't you know what I've been waiting for? One, two, three, four. Don't you know that I adore you? One, two, three, four. Don't you know that I want more? I want you. I want, I need you. I want.
Definitely. I definitely got a Karen O vibe when I first heard that.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's pretty straightforward songwriting. They don't really take too many risks with it, but they're really good at what they do. It's also kind of in the vein of that like totally lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was going to say, but yeah, Karen O is a very apt comparison.
Also, I don't know. I guess I looked it up. They're from Brighton, so I'm not sure if Manchester and Brighton are enemies or close or the same thing or whatever. But
Nowhere near each other. I don't know how they feel towards each other, but I sorry, Porridge Radio, I messed that one up.
you have a UK geographical knowledge than I do, so don't want to offend anyone. So this next one here, Prince came out. The Prince Vault was opened, and Sign of the Times. They released about, I don't know, there's 8 albums in total, and I'm not sure how much were unreleased. This one I wasn't even aware that they did. This one has Miles Davis on it. It's called Can I Play With You? And I thought we could maybe get it around the 335 mark. And it's a little bit when Miles comes in. Definitely at the beginning you could hear more Prince, and then they kind of mix in here. So I just thought 2 legends together, definitely worth having here and listening to.
Always.
Can I play with you?
Awesome.
You know what year that was recorded?
I think it was 87.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, that's
And it's my favorite Prince album. And then even the unreleased stuff is just freaking amazing.
Mhm.
So if you're a big Prince fan, that was really fun to get a listen to.
yeah. I'll have to dig through some of that. When all of that, I remember when all of that Vault stuff came out, and I didn't really get too deep into it, but yeah, I mean, I love all of the Prince stuff that's in the you know, in the canon. Yeah. All right, this next one, I found this on this YouTube channel called Funked Up East when I was like 13 years old. It's uh, a jazz group from former Czechoslovakia, I guess now the Czech side of it, I believe. They're called Jazz Cholula. I'm not gonna try to pronounce the song or the album title, but I'll play it. It's a pretty cool sound. I really like it. Really interesting, upbeat kind of stuff. I think that was like maybe the 70s. I really don't have a date for that. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Yeah, okay, 76. So it was really kind of the height of a lot of jazz fusion stuff kind of happening. It's very, very representative of that.
Kind of reminded me of a Jerry Garcia, Melvin Seals combo.
Okay.
Jazz fusion just got that definite vibe going on.
Yeah.
So this next one here is called No Time for Love Like Now. Michael Stipe and the Big Red Machine. Big Red Machine, I know Bon Iver is, I believe, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Michael Stipe.
Oh, sorry.
Lead singer. I don't know if I can't remember the last time he actually put out something. I just thought it was significant for just the combination of the two. And the song doesn't wow me, but again, I think anytime Michael Stipe makes an appearance, just sort of, it's definitely worth a listen.
No time for breezy, no time for arguments, no time for love like now. There's no time in the bardo, no time in the in-between, no time for love like now. There's no time for dancing, no time for undecideds, no time for love like now. Where did this all begin to change? The lockdown memories can't sustain this glistening, hanging free fall.
Yeah, so I definitely, if you haven't heard Big Red Machine's album, I would definitely recommend that. And like I said, the songs doesn't wow me, but again, something politically maybe relevant for our times.
Yeah, it's got almost kind of like a cinematic almost production to it.
Definitely, you can see
Yeah.
that. Sure.
Yeah. All right. So another October 2020 release in here. This is off of Kevin Morby's new record, Sundowner, which I would just highly, highly recommend. Probably gonna see where everything stacks up, but it'll probably be, you know, in a metal position for my 2020 albums. This one's called A Night at the Little Los Angeles. This one just blew me away. It's just kind of like a I don't really even know what I would compare it to. A lot of the album, I think you could kind of say is Dylan-esque. this one's just really really beautiful tune.
Okay.
There's lovers in the bedroom next door. You can hear them through the paper walls. I'm about to come soon, baby. No, wait for me. Okay, now. And the hallways smell just like bleach. And the clerk told me
Let's
a
get forward and
joke.
play just a little bit.
Oh, and both are just waking up. I had the same bad dream all over again. Well, you're okay now, so shut up. And there's sugar instead of sand.
Anyway, it's just kind of there's kind of not really multiple parts to it, but there's like kind of a chorus section that I couldn't quite find. But that's a really cool song.
And were you big? So he's from the band Woods. Were you a big fan of them?
Yeah, I like Woods. They put out a new album this year that I liked. There were definitely like 3 or 4 tracks that really stood out, and the rest was a little forgettable for me. But some of the earlier stuff I'm really into. Yeah.
Cool. So I just I'm not even sure. Is it Bia Ba Doobie?
I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to kind of imitate like a scatting kind of thing, like Bia Doobie, but I don't know exactly the pronunciation. Yeah.
Way better than that. So she just came out with a new album. Fake
Yeah.
Flowers. I think we'll skip the Care song. That's the intro, and play the Together one.
Okay.
Again,
Sounds
I
good.
think we got sort of this little, again, kind of 90s vibe tour. Cool music videos too, if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I really like her whole thing she's doing.
Yeah.
She had that one song. It's like I wish I was Stephen Malkmus. Which is one of my favorite song titles ever.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Crash the car again, the same mistakes again. Don't wanna hurt you like I did. 'Cause I'm not waiting for you, but I don't want to hurt you. All alone again, it hurts my heart again. I think my blood is running thin. I'm away again, it hurts my head again. Don't wanna be away from your skin. 'Cause I'm not waiting for you, but I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, I have actually yet to listen all the way through this album, but I think I go ahead.
Music out these days. It's so hard to take in everything and give it a true listen.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit why we're kind of scattering around, just to give samples to people, and if something digs, they can go check it out later. 3 months from now, a year from now, whatever, it's still gonna be around.
Yeah.
All right, so our
All
finale.
right, and then my last selection here is I one of my favorite songs ever. It's off of George Harrison's "All Things Must Pass." It's the ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp. It requires no more description. that's just one of my favorites. That's I remember I don't know if you do you listen to WFMU at all?
No,
Okay, so it's are you familiar with it?
no.
Okay, so it's a like a freeform radio station out of I want to say like Jersey City or somewhere right over in the New York area. And Ira Kaplan from Yola Tango has a 3 hour slot weekly on there. He does a show, and I want to say it was like a month or two ago. He did a show and he closed the show with this song, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I love you! What a selection! Like, just amazing." And he moved it up to 9 to midnight, but it was midnight to 3. I was staying up till 3 a.m. to listen to that show every Tuesday night, and it was just like I was falling asleep, but I heard the song and I was just like, "Oh, it's just oh man."
Yeah, just
Um,
a little bit about the history of it, I guess. It's said here it's a tribute to Frank Crisp, a 19th century lawyer and original owner of Friar Park, the Victorian Gothic residence in Henley Thames that Harrison purchased in 1970. And knowing just a little bit about George Harrison, I know he's pretty attached to that house and working in the garden a lot.
yeah.
Sounds pretty so yeah, I was just kind of also looking at the song here, and I was wondering if you could just before we go. So there's one where his son Danny plays. It said here I couldn't find the version. There's one that has with the morning Jim James of My Morning Jacket also.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't do it together, but they did. Oh wow, this has Conan O'Brien doing. That sounds cool. Let's put on a couple of seconds of that. I just want to hear the difference.
Yeah, sure.
Let it roll across the floor, through the hall and out the door, to the fountain of perpetual mirth. Let it roll for all it's worth.
Yeah, man. I almost like it better at that tempo. That's just really that's
Country twang. I never heard of Jonathan Bates.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I like the harmonica in there too. It really fits.
Awesome. Well, hey, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode, and hopefully we could be doing doing another one here pretty soon. Tim, thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. Hope you guys heard something that you hadn't before, and that you're excited to check out and look into more. Because it's just that's one of my favorite things to do is just share music and have music shared with me. So, anything I can do to do that for people.
Definitely. Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right.